Okay, Tov, everyone. Good morning. Shavua Tov. So, mitzvah for today that we're going to learn halacha about al tamod adam recha. You're not allowed to stand on your friend's blood, which means if you see someone dying and you're able to help, you see someone struggling and you're able to help, you're not allowed to stand idly by. It's like you're spilling his blood. So therefore we have to do our best to save someone, help someone out if they're in such situations. Now, if let's say someone is in a situation of pikuach nefesh, but if you go into that situation, if you go into the fire, if you jump into the water, whatever it is, it's a safek for you as well. I might also put myself in pikuach nefesh. So now everything could be a little bit of pikuach nefesh, but meaning a real safek that I don't know if I'm going to go in there. Also, it might be so. In that situation, technically, you're not obligated to go, even though this person looks like it's a vadai that he's going to not make it, and you're only a safek. You don't have to put yourself, even if you're a safek, but it has to be a real safek. It has to be a real doubt. Like I don't know how to swim as well. Maybe if I'm going to jump in, I'm going to also. Now again, there's always a maybe, but it has to be a real safek. Then you're not obligated. But we have to go into this with the obligation in our mind, like I'm obligated to do the best that I can to save someone's life. Now, even if that person is a woman, and you're a man, and you say, well, if I'm going to jump in the water, I'm going to have to take her and hold her and this, so I can't do that. It's asur to touch. So that's called a chasid shoteh. That's someone that tries to be righteous, but at the other hand, he's being stupid. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do to help save someone's life. So now a person says, okay, so it's so important to save people's lives. Even if the person happens to be a lady, I have to jump in, I have to do what I have to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a summer job. I'll be a lifeguard. And therefore, I save people's lives. Mixed beach, and I'll save people's lives. So you can't put yourself, that's asur. You can't put yourself in a position, it's a beautiful mitzvah to be a lifeguard for all, if you're a man, for all men, if you're a woman, for all women. That's mitzvah, not just asur, not chas v'shalom asur. It's mitzvah. The asur is you say, I'll do it even for a woman, right? That is putting yourself in a situation where you don't have to be in that situation. They could hire a female or whatever, they're doing the mixed, whatever it is, but just saying you don't have to put yourself in that position of avera that might now come to pikuach nefesh. As a story, I might have mentioned this, but just to kind of bring this point out, my brother-in-law, he was learning in the Mir Yeshiva at the time. He was walking to the yeshiva, and if anyone knows from Malot Afna, in Yerushalayim, and he's walking by a bus stop, and he sees a pregnant lady lying down on her back. It's a very religious area, and looked like she's fainted. So he runs over to her, and he had some water, and he kind of poured water on her, or whatever. She kind of woke up. He said, "Let me call Hatzala," and she said, "No, I'm okay." And she kind of, stood up on him, and she said, "Please just take me to my house. I'm okay. So, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah, yeah." So he was kind of walking arm in arm with the lady. He felt so embarrassed. He's a married man. He felt like he turned a million colors, and he's just like, okay. And then the house was there, and then she says, "Please, what's your name and where do you learn?" And he says his name was David Amon, and he says, "Where do you learn?" At the Mir Yeshiva. Fine. 2 or 3 days later, he's in the yeshiva, and one of the Rosh Yeshivas, Rabbi Binyamin Karlbach, comes over to him and says, "You're David Amon?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "You were walking by, you saw a lady, and he's getting all nervous. He said, "You walked her home?" He says, "Yeah." "Thank you so much. It's my daughter. Thank you so much. Thank you." Right? So he says he thought that that he was chas v'shalom, whatever. But when you got to do to help someone, save someone's life. You got to do. So hearing this story one time myself when I was living in Israel. So there was a teenager, a girl that was riding a bike. She fell over. Natural instinct was she said, "Don't touch me, don't touch me." Okay, don't touch me. So but that was my natural instinct. Right? Yeah, exactly. That was my natural instinct. A religious girl, whatever. But we got to do what we got to do. We got to have our mind, of course, for others to do. We got to do for them. We want to wish Mr. Amiel, Mr. Azezer, safe travels, enjoy, and we're going to miss you here. And for those of us that are here, to mechazek the minyan v'shvat Hashem, and thank you for making it, Rabbi Natan, Chazak u'Baruch, And that's that. Minchat tonight and all week at 5:45. 5:45. Have a good day and Shavua Tov.